Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today is June 1st, summertime, and I am bringing you my May favorites. I'm so excited to share with you guys some of the things that I did love for the month of May. There is a lot of bronzers and a lot of highlighters, just so you know. It's bronzy highlighty season. So just so you guys know, if I'm looking a little extra bronze, it's because I'm also in the middle of filming a Foundation Friday. At the exact same time, the Foundation Friday will more than likely go up before this video. And I am testing out the new CoverGirl foundation, which is a tad bit too dark for me. So noticing that I'm looking a little extra tannish, that would be why. So makeup brands are releasing so much good stuff right now, you guys. So much good stuff. I mean, they're releasing some iffy stuff too, let's be real. But there's a lot of awesome products that have been hitting the market over the last couple of months. Most of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about is brand new to the market, that has been released over the last maybe month or two. So it's all new, it's all fun, it's all exciting. So if you guys want to see what my monthly favorites are, you are definitely in the right place. But before we get into that video, I just want to say, hey, my name is Christian. If you are new to my channel, you guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below just so you can become part of my little family. And if you are not new to my channel, you guys, welcome back. Thank you for continuing to join and support. And yes, you guys, let's go ahead and get started with my May favorites. Alright guys, the first thing that I'm going to talk about, and I'm wearing quite a few of these products on my face today. So the first thing that we are going to be talking about today is the limited edition Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer. Now I do love the original formulation as well, or the original color and the original non-limited edition bronzer, but sometimes that one can be like a little bit too warm on my skin, so I have to be extra careful. I feel like this one is the exact perfect tone for my skin tone. Obviously, this is going to be a bronzer that is going to be better for somebody who is a little bit more light to maybe medium skin. And then if you are more tan, maybe to like deepish skin tone, the original bronzer would work a little bit better for you. It is a really good size. Yes, Marc Jacobs, it is expensive, but I feel like for the amount of product you get, for the size of the pan, it is, in my opinion, a little bit of a fair price because it's not something that you would run out of very quickly. This is the color right here, and I just think it is the perfect bronze shade. Like I said, it is the bronzer that I am wearing today. I wear it as an all over bronze. I wear it as a contour. I wear it as I don't want a contour, but I also want to do a little bit more than bronze. So I wear it as like my bronzy contour. I just think it just works. It blends so easily. I had done a first impressions with this bronzer, but that was a hot mess of a situation. So unfortunately, you guys have not seen this in action on my channel yet, but I will be using it very soon. And just like a chatty get ready with me. I love it. It smells like coconut, which of course you guys already know that by now. I just think it's really beautiful. The packaging is just very pleasing. And I'm becoming more and more obsessed with Marc Jacobs products. Like so far, everything that I've tried from the brand has not let me down. So I have been just really into this brand, really into this bronzer. If it is still available, if you can still get your hands on it, I recommend picking it up. Yes, it is a little bit on the pricier side, but I do think it is so worth it, you guys. So good, so in love with it. Okay, so another product that I have been loving, and actually all three of these products I have been loving. They are all from, did you see that? Did you see that? It was a good catch. They are all from the brand Pretty Vulgar. I did do a full review of this brand on my channel where I tested out of all of these products in first impressions. And the first thing that I am loving, which I am wearing a little bit of this as well, along with another highlighter that I'm going to talk about. I have this one more central, like right here where you see that little extra pop, just to give my cheeks a little bit of extra something. I love this highlighter. I think it is very pigmented. I think that it just blends into the skin so nicely. I don't think it's chunky. I think it's just the perfect right like amount of, it has like a little bit of pinkiness to it. It's just a really good highlighter, you guys. I love it. It's super intense. It blends into the skin. You can kind of sheer it out a little bit, but it's not a highlighter that you're going to wear when you want something that is a little bit more sheer. I kind of sheared it down for you guys a little bit just so you can see what it would look like, because you're not going to just wear it like as a stripe on your cheek. So it's just really beautiful. Like it's very reflective. There's no glitter. I just think it's so pretty. There's no chunkiness to it. And it just adds, I like to wear this as like a highlighter topper to like my other highlighters, just right there in the center of the highest points of my cheekbones, just to give it a little extra something. That's how I've been preferring to wear this. And I just think it's beautiful. I think that they have, this brand new to Sephora has some really good stuff. So if you guys have not purchased some Pretty Vulgar things, I would highly recommend their powder products because I really do enjoy them, you guys. The next thing that I have been wearing a lot, and I am wearing this blush today. This is the Make Them Blush number 18 Hush Blush. and it is a matte blush. It is kind of like my favorite tones. I do like blushes that are a little bit more mauvey nudish for my personal skin tone. And again, it's just very smooth. I feel like it blends into the skin very easily. None of their powder products are overly powdery. They just, I don't know, they just work, you guys. They're really beautiful. I'm just super impressed. I will admit, for a newer brand, I do think that they're a little bit more on the expensive side. I will put that out there. I do love the packaging. Who doesn't love the packaging on Pretty Vulgar? Half of why people love them so much, because the packaging is just so bomb, so cute, so pretty, so elegant, and so just like vintage. And I mean, come on, their name is Pretty Vulgar. Like, I mean, who doesn't like being pretty but a little vulgar at the same time? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. And then the other one is the bronzer, and I want to say that this bronzer is 32 bucks. So it's a little much, but I do really like it. I've been testing out a lot of new bronzers, you guys. The market is like flooded with new bronzers, and I've been testing out a lot of the ones that have come out recently, because I plan on doing a video of like my favorite bronzers, new bronzers, not bronzers that have been around forever, but bronzers that have been released within the last 2 to 3 months. And I kind of want to, because I want to get you guys ready for summertime. So this is the other bronzer that I like, also matte, and let's give this one a swatch. So this one is a little bit more cool tone than the Marc Jacobs one. The Marc Jacobs one is still cool toned, but this one is just a little bit cooler. So the Pretty Vulgar one is on top, the Marc Jacobs one is on bottom, and you can definitely see that little extra added warmth. So sometimes I will mix both of these together, and just to get like the perfect amount of bronze and contour. And I just think that it is absolutely just a really good product. I'm super impressed with Pretty Vulgar products, you guys. Let's talk about an eyeshadow palette really quickly. 2 eyeshadow palettes I have to talk about today. And one of them, it's kind of like, obviously, it is the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. Oh my freaking bejesus. This is absolute perfection. Perfection. Everything about this palette is perfect. I plan on doing a full-on review. I've been using the palette. I also bought the contour kit and one of the blushy highlighters. I haven't tried either one of those, but I could not resist the palette. I wanted to do a full face of first impressions using all 3 products, but I couldn't resist this palette, so I had to start using it. I am obsessed. I feel like I am so obsessed like with this palette. It is the perfect warm tone palette. You guys, I know Natasha Denona is expensive, and every single time I mention Natasha Denona, I mention Beautylish. And the reason why I always mention Beautylish, and I'll let you guys know one more time just in case you do not know, Beautylish allows you to make what they call flex payments. So if the product is over $100, or if you spend more than $100 on Beautylish, you can break the payments down into 3 equal parts. So this is $129. So yes, $129 is a large pill to swallow, especially for an eyeshadow palette. And even though you're still going to spend the $129 on Beautylish, you don't have to do it all at one time. So if you want to see what the hype is worth with Natasha Denona, or like Tom Ford, or any more high-end products that you've always had your eye on, but you just don't want to make that plunge, try out Beautylish, you guys. 3 equal payments, and it won't make you feel as bad. But then you might become addicted. You might become addicted because you're kind of like, oh, I can get high-end products and payments. But anyways, you guys, so I have been wearing this every single day. In my last Foundation Friday, this is the eyeshadow look I was wearing, specifically this eyeshadow look. This is the only palette that I have been wearing, with the exception of the one that I'm going to show you next, but I have been wearing this one a ton more. And you can already see, like, it is, there's dents in some of these colors already because I've been using it so much. My favorite colors, I'll go ahead and swatch those for you. This color right here, until you have felt a Natasha Denona shadow, you just don't understand. I wear this orange almost every single day. Beautiful. This more reddy toned here, I wear that one. Hi Pigment, how are you doing today? And then I wear this this brown right over here a lot as well. Look at that. And then this shade right over here in this corner. Those are the 5 shades that I reach for the most, but I have pretty much worn every single shade in this palette at least once. Let me swatch my faves for you. And you guys saw, I did not dig my hand into that palette whatsoever. Like, I lightly swatched every single one of those. So it wasn't anything like digging, and look at that. Oh, they're so perfect. Just a really, really good eyeshadow palette, you guys. It's expensive, but it is worth it. If you just are looking for one good eyeshadow palette and you are a warm tone lover, I highly recommend this. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. I promise you that. And the other eyeshadow palette that I have been in love with, oh, I still have the plastic on there. This is the Narcissist Loaded Eyeshadow Palette. And again, this is a little bit on the warmer side. There are a couple of cooler shades in here as well. When I have not been using this, I have been using this. And it's just, I think between these two palettes, you can create every warm toned, beautiful look under the sun. So I just think that NARS eyeshadows in the past, especially their palettes, have always been a little bit on the iffier side. What's really going on? What are you guys really trying to prove right now? Because it's not working. Their single eyeshadow is beautiful, but this palette, they stepped it up so much. This is one of my favorite shades in the palette here. And I'm going to swatch it underneath this Natasha Denona palette. Oh no, they're different. Okay, I thought they're similar, but this is the NARS one right here in comparison with the Natasha Denona one. One of my favorite eyeshadows in this palette is this guy right here. Let's swatch it next to the Natasha Denona one. Similar but different, similar but different. So that's the NARS one here. Just really beautiful eyeshadows, you guys. This deep, rich chocolate brown, which can just turn any look into anything, just like to that next level without taking it all the way to a black. No chalkiness, no fallout I've experienced with really either one of these palettes. With the Star palette, I did have a lot of fallout, but then I noticed when I started using those eyeshadows that had a lot of fallout, I started using them with my finger instead, and I haven't really been experiencing a lot of fallout issues whenever I started applying it that way versus using a brush. So that's just a quick little tip that might help you if you are experiencing fallout. I'm just NARS'd and Natasha Denona'd out. So the other palette that I have been loving is the NARS Banque de Sable highlighter palette. It is so beautiful. I only wear these two shades right here because this one is going to be a little bit too darky and a little bit too rosy for me, but I have worn it on my lids a couple of times. And at first I was not going to get this. I was like, no, don't need it, don't want it. And the first time I used it, I was not that impressed by it because I've been so used to the highlighters, the over pigmented highlighters, the overly blinding highlighters, the ones that just just make you look wet, which are absolutely perfect. But this is going to be so good for every day. If you want to wear this to your work, to the office, if you don't want to look like highlighter is dripping down your face, this is a good palette for you guys. Like, it's a really, really nice palette. I'm so impressed by this. That's one of the shades here. And there they are. Let me swatch them out. You have more of your rose gold, like your icy white, and then more of your champagne. So they have all of the bases covered for every highlighter lover. You have a shade for you. You have a shade no matter what. They are a little bit more. When I first saw this palette, when it first came out, I was going to purchase it and then I put it back because when I first swatched it, I was kind of like, there's glitter particles in there, but it's not necessarily glitter. It's just like, they're just so super pigmented, and it is a little bit of like fine micro glitter. But once you blend it out and get it really blended into the skin, the glitter just kind of disappears. But once they're blended in, they just blend into the skin perfectly, beautifully. I'm so into that highlighter palette, you guys, right now. The other highlighter that I have worn so much is the Natasha Denona All Over Glow Face Plus Body Shimmer Powder. And this one is in the shade number 1. This is the other highlighter that I am wearing today. Is this the other highlighter that I'm wearing today? I'm wearing 2 of these highlighters today. I think it's this one. I think I put this one on. And this one is so beautiful as well. This one is super natural. If you're not into more natural highlighters, you might not like this one. Let me swatch this on the other hand. I've got too much going on. You might not like this one if you want something that is a little bit more intense, but if you have texture, if you have large pores, if you have mature skin, if you, again, want to wear something that is work appropriate, this is going to be, out of the 3, this is going to be the one that I would recommend the absolute most, because it's just that subtle lit from within, just beautiful, beautiful highlighter. I love it so much. It's just effortless and easy, and it's just beautiful, you guys. It's stunning. And the thing is, I feel like with Natasha Denona, especially her face products, She is like a makeup artist, so she wants things that are going to enhance your beauty. She wants things that are going to look like, I feel like her products are things that she wants to actually look like they're melted into the skin, things that are just like, you know, more like runway, high fashion, just soft, beautiful, like subtle. I love, but sometimes you want that oomph, and that's where the Pretty Vulgar palette comes in. So those are all of the highlighter and bronzers that I have been loving. Now on to a face powder that I am once again obsessed with. I've mentioned this in a favorites way back when. I did a full video on some of Charlotte Tilbury products whenever she released her newest foundation several months ago. And that's when I discovered this particular powder. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder by Charlotte Tilbury, as I mentioned, and this is in the shade 02 Medium. Let's stop for a second and understand that I just said 02 Medium. Nothing about this powder is a medium skin toned, but it just gives if you have dry skin, you need this powder. You just do. It just works really well for dry skin. It does not emphasize pores. It does not emphasize texture. It just makes you just look so flawless, so airbrushed. It feels like every time I touch it, I get goosebumps because I'm like, oh my God, it's so soft. It blends into like nothingness. It's a beautiful powder to set your makeup with. And again, this is a powder that would work, I feel like, for all skin types. I feel like mature skin, I feel like this is just something that anybody could use. And it just makes your skin look absolutely beautiful. You can touch it up if you do get a little bit oily. It's not gonna make you look cakey. It's not gonna make you look overdone. It's just gonna set your makeup in the most effortlessly perfect, beautiful way. This is an awesome powder. I've talked about it before on my channel, but I definitely thought it was worth another mention. A setting spray that I have absolutely been loving, and I do think that it really does lock in your makeup. I really do think that it sets everything beautifully. It has a really nice mister on it. I picked this one up. You guys know I love setting sprays. I picked this one up because Tati was talking about it, and she said it was one of her favorites. And out of all of the new setting sprays that have been released, this was one of the ones I had not picked up. So when I picked it up, I decided to go ahead and pick it up, and I do think it, like I said, it does set your makeup so nicely. I just think that it does what it says it's going to do. It locks in your makeup. I wear that in conjunction with the Cover FX setting spray a lot. I use that one a lot this month, and I do really enjoy it. But I decided not to put it in this video because I think that the mister is so fine that I just kind of like, I feel like, am I doing anything? But it just does, the Cover FX does give you a really beautiful luminosity to the skin, and I love wearing that. So I'll spray the Cover FX like everywhere, and then I'll kind of center the Kat Von D one more down the T-zone just to make sure everything is just in place, like locked and loaded. And I love it so much. I think it's a really good makeup setting spray. My favorite lip color of the month, and this is also a product that I mentioned in my last Foundation Friday. This is the Bite Beauty Multi-Stick in the shade Cashew. I'm not wearing this today because I couldn't find it, and I just found it before this video because I went looking for it. I love this lip color. So the multi-sticks are meant to be worn on, like, you can use them as lip colors, you can use them as blushes, you can use them on the eyes. That's why they're called multi-sticks. I have only really been using them as lip colors, and I just think it's so beautiful. So I'm just kind of showing you that you can apply a full pigment on the lips, or you can sheer it out a little bit. You know, some of the shades can be used as contours, and then you can sheer it out a little bit, and you can see how the color is completely different. And it doesn't have that same saturation as it were if you were to wear it as like your lipstick. So you can't even really tell that that is even the same color. So that's the purpose behind multi-sticks. Okay, another product that I have been wearing a ton, and this is just, I just like it. I don't even know. It's one of those things, like, it's like you like it, but like, why do you like it? Because you don't really know why you like it, but you just feel like it's an extra unnecessary step into my skincare routine, into my makeup routine, but I do enjoy it. And it smells so freaking good. I think that's half of the reason why I like it so much, is because it smells so good. It is the Farsali Unicorn Essence. Now, the way I use this, I use it as like a primer to my primer. I don't know. So basically what I do is I apply this, and then I go in with my moisturizer, and then I go in with my primer. I feel like it just gives me that little extra, bit of something that I didn't know I needed until I started using it. I know it's so overhyped and the whole world talks about it, and you see it in every Instagram tutorial. I get it, but there's something about it that is just really nice. I feel like when I put it on, it just sinks into my skin. I feel like it I don't know if it's supposed to, or maybe if I'm just making it up in my head, but I feel like it makes my skin feel a little bit more plump. And I feel like since I've been using that, you guys know that I had been complaining about my fine lines and how everything just settles in a not cute way. I feel like ever since I've been using that, like it hasn't been as bad. Like even right now, I'm wearing it with the brand new foundation. I feel like things just look really nice. I feel like it kind of just smooths everything out. I don't know if it was maybe just because my skin was overly dry and that's why my fine lines were acting up, or if that actually is helping and making a difference and making my makeup application look a little bit smoother. Whatever it is, I've noticed that I've been wearing that for about the last 2 weeks and I've noticed a difference with my makeup application a little bit. So I really do like it, you guys. And I did put that on today as well. I also am wearing the Rose Gold Elixir, but I've only been using this for about 2 days, so I don't have an opinion on that yet. But yeah, you guys, that is all. I don't think I had a favorite foundation of the month. So yeah, you guys, I really hope that you did enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorites were of the month. Give me some, you know, some tips on some things that I should be picking up and that I should be looking for, because even though I'm on this low buy, I am failing at this low buy because that new Beauty and the Beast collection just launched and it has taken every ounce of energy that I have not to buy the whole collection, you guys. I don't need to buy anything else, but just let me know anyway, because I might buy something else, you guys. I might. So yeah, you guys, that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do hope that you did enjoy my monthly favorite. For the month of May, I hope you guys have a blessed, wonderful, awesome June. Yeah, you guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.